This is the Kramer JK1000. It's the only Kramer model ever officially made with a star body and a reverse pointy headstock. Every time I play this guitar on camera, people are always asking me, what's the guitar? Where did you get it? How can I get one? Sadly, the reality is that these guitars were made for Kramer by ESP in Japan in the 1980s, and they're pretty much impossible to find online anymore, especially more so now. I've had a few different major guitar manufacturers approach me with offers to play their off-the-shelf guitars. Most of the time, said offers wanted exclusivity in return, which basically meant I couldn't play my JK1000 on camera. That's a guitar that I literally spent $1,400 on and I fell in love with almost immediately. Having turned down all those guitar manufacturers, people started to take notice that I don't even seem playing this guitar. And it became associated with me in a way that was almost like having my own signature guitar, which is really humbling in a way. So when Kramer reached out to me in 2022 and asked me if I wanted to play any of their off-the-shelf guitars, I told them I wasn't interested in any money, but I just wanted them to make me one single backup of this guitar, because I'd be devastated if anything happened to this guitar. I proposed that they take the neck off the Snake Sabre Kramer, a guitar that already had a reverse pointy headstock, and marry it with the body of a Voyager with a routed Floyd Rose. They looked into it briefly and just decided it wasn't possible. A bunch of issues with the Snake Sabre Kramer being a guitar that's made for a Floyd Rose that's top mounted, while the Voyager bodies have routed Floyds. So it was after Guitar World published their article about me last year, about me being on the list to play guitar in Pantera, that the folks in Kramer Forums made a thread about me being such a representative for the Kramer community. In this thread, I explained to everyone that I'd turned down all these other offers from other guitar manufacturers because I wanted to play my JK1000 and I'd be devastated if anything happened to it. I also explained the issue with Kramer where they didn't want to make that backup guitar for me. In response, they started discussing plans about how they can make me a backup guitar of their own and said, if Kramer the company will not step up, then Kramer the Forums will. 1 year later, this arrives at my door. So the case is made by Bill, also known as Rat Dog 808, and he did that outside in this like super ice white Tolex, and it actually looks really cool to me. The inside of the case is even cooler as it's purple and it's designed to fit the capybara exactly. Included with the case, he threw in this custom lock with my initials on it, and this wooden recreation of my mascot Tex on a Texas background. The body of the guitar was done by Mars Mountain, also known as Kevin, and it was custom made from a blank alder slate using a trace from my JK1000. I really can't stress enough how we got the beveled edges and the proportions of the wood just like perfect. I really don't like the weird overly beveled edges of the old Voyagers that Kramer's done in the past, but Kevin really nailed the beveled edges on this one. The body was painted by Hernandez, custom commissioned by Dirty D, also known as Jim. I went back and forth a lot with Dirty on this color, and I think he really nailed it. I really just wanted like a light, almost baby blue. Some people even call it like an Eeyore blue. I just think it's perfect. Dirty D also contributed the Floyd Rose, which is an original Floyd Rose, and they're always exceptional. Speaking of the paint job, the knob and the inlays were done by the builder of this guitar, Joe Iloff, also known as Swantech, and he just really matched with the blue paint job on here. I just love how they turned out, and it was all his idea. The bridge pickup was contributed by an anonymous donor, a Bill Lawrence XL 500L, the same one that Dimebag played with and adored, of course. I've never used one of these pickups before, but it's easily one of the hottest passive pickups I've ever played with, which is great because all too often I'll just be playing my leads and I'll get totally cucked out of my gain when I'm doing some really fast legato stuff. The neck pickup was contributed by user Kremark. It's the Seymour Duncan Hot Rails, the same one that's in my JK1000. I absolutely love the sound of it, and especially in the clean tone, so it's great to have it in the Kapybara as well. So the neck was actually taken off of the exact Snake Sabre Kramer I featured on my channel last year, because not only did it have a reverse pointy headstock, but it had the exact same profile as my JK1000. Joe went ahead and refretted the neck with 22 jumbo stainless steel frets, went ahead and put this really good gloss finish on the back of it that matches the back of my JK1000 exactly, and put these cool blue inlays in it. To top it off, Joe had this truss rod cover commissioned by Scott Swirski of a mother of pearl capybara, and then all the remaining miscellaneous hardware in the guitar was supplied by Swantech. And finally, the backplate, donated by user 88PC2, was custom engraved by user Menace to say my name, Kayla Kent. And if you're curious about the full specs of the guitar, the spec sheet's right here. Also included with the guitar was this custom engraved certificate of authenticity that included all the names of the donors that contributed to the guitar. Obviously, having a bunch of Kramer fanatics band together to build a guitar based off of my specifications is just incredibly meaningful. When Kramer themselves decides to turn down my idea and their own fan base decides to pick it up and do it anyways, that's pretty freaking remarkable. I'd like to thank everyone involved from the bottom of my heart for putting so much resources and time into this guitar. I never in a million years thought I'd be sitting here with a custom capybara guitar made from a forum of Kramer guitar fans. So, how does it sound and play? I'm glad you asked.